Colon cancer is one of the fastest growing health concerns in the world today, and it has quietly become one of the leading causes of cancer-related deaths. Many people are unaware of how common it really is, often believing it only affects older individuals or those with a strong family history, but the reality is very different. More and more cases are appearing in younger adults, and lifestyle factors are playing a massive role in this rise. Unlike some diseases that seem distant and unavoidable, colon cancer is unique because so much of the risk can actually be influenced by the choices we make every single day, especially when it comes to diet. The colon is one of the most vital parts of the digestive system, and yet it's often overlooked when people think about their overall health. It's the place where nutrients from the foods we eat are processed, where water is absorbed, and where waste is eliminated. But it's also an organ that is constantly exposed to whatever we put in our bodies, both the good and the bad. When we eat processed foods high in chemicals, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats, we create an environment that fuels inflammation, disrupts the balance of healthy bacteria, and can even trigger DNA damage in the cells lining the colon. Over time, these small changes accumulate and can set the stage for cancer to develop. What makes this even more alarming is that colon cancer often develops silently. In its earliest stages, there may be no obvious symptoms at all. By the time noticeable warning signs appear, it can already be more advanced, making it harder to treat. This is why prevention is not just important, it's essential. Understanding what raises the risk and how to counter it gives each of us the power to take control of our own health. Researchers around the world are uncovering more and more evidence that diet is one of the strongest tools in lowering colon cancer risk. Unlike factors we cannot change, like age or genetics, what we choose to eat is completely within our control. The right foods can protect the delicate lining of the colon, reduce inflammation, feed the healthy bacteria that fight disease, and even activate natural defense systems in the body that are designed to repair damage before it turns into something dangerous. Every meal becomes an opportunity to either strengthen those defenses or weaken them, and that simple truth is at the heart of why food is such a powerful weapon against colon cancer. The gut is far more than just a pathway for food to move through the body. It is a complex ecosystem, a front line of defense where trillions of microorganisms live and work in harmony with our own cells. These microbes, often referred to as the gut microbiome, play a critical role in determining whether our bodies stay healthy or move toward disease. When balanced and nourished, they create a protective shield inside the colon, breaking down food into beneficial compounds, producing vitamins, and strengthening the immune system. When neglected, this ecosystem can collapse, allowing harmful bacteria to dominate, and this disruption can trigger inflammation, weaken immunity, and open the door for colon cancer to develop. One of the most fascinating discoveries in modern medicine is how much the gut influences not just digestion but the entire body. A strong gut microbiome helps regulate inflammation, one of the key drivers of cancer development. It also helps to detoxify harmful substances that might otherwise damage the cells lining the colon. Some of these microbes even produce short-chain fatty acids, such as butyrate, which have been shown to directly protect colon cells, encouraging them to grow normally and reducing the risk of mutations that can lead to cancer. This reveals that the gut is not just a passive organ, but an active guardian of health. Unfortunately, the modern lifestyle works against this protective system. Diets loaded with processed foods, refined sugars, and artificial additives strip away the diversity of healthy bacteria, leaving the colon vulnerable. At the same time, a lack of dietary fiber means the beneficial microbes are starved of the fuel they need to thrive. Without the right foods, the balance of power in the gut shifts, and instead of supporting health, the microbiome begins to contribute to disease. chronic inflammation becomes more likely, toxins linger longer in the body, and the colon lining loses its ability to defend itself from damage. On the other hand, when the gut is cared for, its natural defense mechanisms spring into action. Fiber, rich foods feed the good bacteria, allowing them to multiply and crowd out harmful species. Polyphenols from fruits, vegetables, and teas act like reinforcements, enhancing microbial strength and resilience. The result is a colon that functions as it was designed to: efficient, clean, and protected. A healthy gut does not just reduce cancer risk, it creates an environment where healing and protection are constantly taking place at the microscopic level. Every meal has the potential to either damage this inner ecosystem or nourish it, and the choices made consistently are what determine the overall strength of this powerful front line of defense. Food has always been central to human survival, but science is now uncovering just how deeply it influences the course of disease. What we eat does more than provide calories and satisfy hunger. It delivers natural compounds that act almost like medicine inside the body. These compounds interact with cells, genes, and the immune system in ways that can slow, stop, or even reverse harmful processes that lead to colon cancer. When people think of treatment, they often imagine hospitals, medications, or surgeries, but prevention can begin right at the dining table with simple choices that shape health at the most fundamental level. Within everyday foods are molecules that scientists call bioactives, powerful agents found in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, herbs, and even beverages like green tea. These bioactives can reduce inflammation, neutralize harmful free radicals, and trigger natural defense systems in the body. For example, sulforaphane in broccoli has been shown to activate protective enzymes that guard against DNA damage, a key step in cancer prevention. Similarly, polyphenols in berries not only protect cells, but also nourish beneficial gut bacteria, amplifying their ability to fight disease. These are not isolated findings, but part of a growing body of evidence showing that food has the power to work as an ally in the fight against colon cancer. Inflammation is one of the main drivers of cancer, and diet directly controls how much inflammation is present in the body. Processed foods, sugary snacks, and fried items act like fuel on a fire, promoting chronic inflammation and creating an environment where cancer cells can thrive. By contrast, whole, unprocessed foods calm that fire. Omega-3 fatty acids in foods like walnuts or salmon lower inflammatory markers in the blood. Fibers from beans, oats, and leafy greens ferment in the colon to produce short-chain fatty acids that soothe and heal the lining of the digestive tract. In this way, food not only prevents harm, but actively repairs what has already been damaged. Another critical way food acts as medicine is by influencing angiogenesis, the process by which new blood vessels form. While this process is essential for healing wounds, it also allows tumors to grow by supplying them with nutrients. Certain foods, such as tomatoes rich in lycopene or green tea packed with catechins, have been shown to disrupt the blood supply, feeding dangerous cells. By doing so, they essentially starve potential cancer cells before they can become a serious threat. The concept of food as medicine is not about restriction or deprivation, but about unlocking the hidden potential in natural foods to defend and restore the body. Every bite is an opportunity to deliver compounds that heal, strengthen, and protect the colon from within. When it comes to protecting the colon, not all foods are created equal. Some have been studied extensively and shown to contain powerful compounds that guard against cancer, repair cells, and strengthen the gut environment. Among the most notable are cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts. These foods are rich in glucosinolates, natural chemicals that the body breaks down into active compounds capable of neutralizing toxins and preventing DNA damage. Research shows that people who consume cruciferous vegetables regularly have a lower risk of colon cancer, largely because these foods help the body eliminate harmful substances before they can do lasting harm. Berries are another group of foods with remarkable protective qualities. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, and strawberries contain high levels of polyphenols, particularly anthocyanins, which act as antioxidants. These compounds not only protect cells from oxidative stress, but also influence the activity of beneficial gut bacteria. As the microbiome breaks down these polyphenols, it creates byproducts that reduce inflammation and strengthen the lining of the colon. This dual action makes berries a unique and effective ally in cancer prevention, while also improving digestion and overall vitality. Omega-3 rich foods, such as salmon, flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts, play another vital role. Chronic inflammation is a known driver of colon cancer, and omega-3 fatty acids are some of the most effective natural anti-inflammatory agents. They lower inflammatory markers in the body, improve cell communication, and even influence how genes are expressed. By regularly including omega-3 foods in the diet, the colon environment becomes less favorable for cancerous changes and more supportive of healing processes. Whole grains also deserve a place at the center of colon health. Oats, quinoa, brown rice, and whole wheat are packed with dietary fiber, which is essential for keeping the digestive system moving and reducing the amount of time waste products spend in the colon. Fiber also acts as nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria, allowing them to produce short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. Butyrate has been shown to protect colon cells, reduce inflammation, and encourage damaged cells to self-destruct before they can turn cancerous. This is a clear example of how simple foods can trigger powerful protective mechanisms inside the body. Legumes such as beans, lentils, and chickpeas combine the benefits of fiber with plant-based protein and unique compounds called saponins. These nutrients work together to slow the growth of cancer cells and support healthy microbial diversity in the gut. By choosing these protective foods consistently, the colon is supported on multiple levels, from detoxification and reduced inflammation to cellular repair and microbial balance. Every day, the choices made at the table determine whether the body moves toward health or toward disease. Colon cancer does not appear overnight. It develops slowly, often over years, influenced by repeated habits and patterns. This means that prevention is not about a single meal or a temporary diet, but about the consistency of daily decisions. Each bite of food can either strengthen the body's defenses or weaken them, and this reality gives everyone the power to influence their own future health. Instead of feeling helpless in the face of statistics or family history, it is possible to take control by using food as a daily form of medicine. The decision to include protective foods such as cruciferous vegetables, whole grains, and berries may seem small, but over time, these choices accumulate into powerful protection. Fiber from vegetables and grains sweeps through the colon, carrying away toxins and reducing the exposure of the colon lining to harmful substances. Antioxidants from fruits neutralize free radicals before they can damage DNA. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation that would otherwise create fertile ground for cancer cells to grow. These actions do not happen in isolation. They work together like a network of defenses, building layer upon layer of protection with every meal. By contrast, choosing processed foods, sugary drinks, and refined snacks also adds up over time, but in the opposite direction. These foods fuel chronic inflammation, disrupt the gut microbiome, and increase the workload on the colon. The lining of the gut becomes more vulnerable, the balance of bacteria shifts, and harmful compounds linger longer inside the body. Each unhealthy choice chips away at the body's natural defenses, and eventually, this cumulative damage can set the stage for cancer to develop. Understanding this contrast highlights the weight of everyday decisions and the immense value of choosing wisely. What makes this daily choice so powerful is that it does not require expensive treatments, complicated regimens, or waiting for symptoms to appear. Prevention is built in the ordinary moments. Selecting a colorful salad instead of fast food, replacing sugary snacks with a handful of berries, or choosing whole grain bread instead of white. These decisions are simple but profound because they send signals to the body to repair, protect, and strengthen. Over weeks and months, the body responds with better digestion, higher energy, and stronger resilience, all while lowering the risk of colon cancer. The daily act of choosing health is a message to the body that it is being supported and protected, and that message grows louder with consistency. When people think about eating for colon health, the first thought is often about preventing cancer, but the benefits reach far beyond that. The foods that protect the colon also bring noticeable improvements to everyday life, making the body feel lighter, more energetic, and more resilient. When inflammation is reduced, digestion improves, and energy becomes steadier throughout the day. Instead of dealing with bloating, sluggishness, or discomfort, the gut functions smoothly, allowing nutrients to be absorbed more effectively. This leads to clearer thinking, better mood, and greater vitality, all of which are linked to the health of the digestive system. The colon is not an isolated organ. It is connected to the immune system, the brain, and even hormones. By eating foods that support its health, a ripple effect is created throughout the body. A strong gut microbiome produces beneficial compounds that not only defend against disease but also communicate with the brain through the gut-brain axis. This means that the same foods that help prevent colon cancer can also reduce anxiety, sharpen mental clarity, and lift overall mood. The body and mind are deeply connected, and the condition of the gut is a major factor in how both perform. Whole foods rich in fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats also stabilize blood sugar, preventing the highs and crashes that drain energy. With stable energy levels, the body is better equipped to move, exercise, and recover. People often notice that by shifting to a diet rich in protective foods, they not only lower their risk of disease, but also experience improved stamina and endurance in daily activities. The quality of sleep often improves as well, since inflammation and poor gut health are closely linked to restless nights and fatigue. Another benefit of consistently eating foods that protect the colon is longevity. Cells throughout the body function better when they are shielded from oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. Over time, this slows the aging process, keeping tissues stronger and organs healthier. The skin reflects this internal balance, appearing clearer and more vibrant as toxins are processed more efficiently. These outward signs are evidence of the internal work being done by a healthy colon and microbiome. Living with vitality is not about quick fixes or temporary diets, but about creating a long-term pattern of nourishment. The foods that guard against colon cancer simultaneously create an environment in which the entire body thrives. The digestive system works with greater ease, the immune system is more responsive, and the body is able to repair and restore itself more effectively. Choosing foods that protect the colon is a direct investment in overall well-being, and the return on that investment is felt every single day in countless ways.